James asked the question in chapter 4. He says, what are the causes of fights that you have? Now, I'll admit to you, I'm not much of a fighter, at least not in the classic sense. I've never thrown a punch or even landed one, but there are things that happen inside my soul that I contend with. There are issues around me, and there's arguments that I want to win, and those kinds of things that I know that the spirit of fighting is within me. And that's why I think this passage is applicable to all of us, whether you're a brawler or you're just somebody who's contending with getting your way or finding resolve to the things that you care about. James says in chapter 4 that the place, the origin of those battles comes from this word desire. This is how he writes it. He says, what causes quarrels and what causes fights among you? Is it not this, that your passions are at war within you? If we stop and think about that for a second and say, Lord, what are the things that my heart is craving and what am I passionately fighting for that is causing me to engage in this fight with somebody else? He says, you desire, but you don't have. And here's the key. We always want that which we don't currently possess. It's a part of our human nature to crave more and more. I believe it's the Proverbs that says that the eyes of the evil man are never satisfied. They're never full. So he says, you desire and do not have, so you murder. You covet and cannot obtain, and so you fight and quarrel. James equates our fighting to one of the most brutal things that we can do in life, in this society, and that's end the life of another person. Now, he's not saying everybody that throws a punch is going to be at some point guilty of murder. What he's saying is they come from the same place. In a lot of ways, other than the physical consequence, in a lot of ways, they have the same result. When we murder one another, metaphorically speaking, we're destroying relationships because we've put what we desire above what is best for them. That's the thing that James is cautioning us to be careful. He says, you don't have, the reason why you're never satisfied, the reason why you're never full or complete is because you don't ask. And he says, further than that, you don't ask with the right motives. So even the good things that we would ask for, we ask to spend it on our selfish pleasures. This is a heavy warning coming from James, and we got to be very cautious to evaluate the things going on in our hearts before we just start to try to gain more of what we want in this life. What if the things that we're asking for aren't best for us and aren't helpful for moving our life and relationships forward? God bless you.